Oddly enough, all I know on some of these things is never a day, never a date, never a time, even month or whatnot. I have to go by what I'm seeing. If it looks like spring, it's spring. What month of spring, I have no idea. What day of spring, I have no idea. And I tell you, I've seen some real doozies. Mount Rainier, when it blows, it takes, less than a fourth of the top of Mount Rainier, shoots up, straight up, like an arrow or a bullet, straight up into the sky, flips over up there, comes straight back to where it had come off of, and plugs up the hole it made, creating air pressure that comes all the way over here to Kittitas County and our Yakima and stuff like that. Literally blowing little 1-inch holes throughout the area to big 6, maybe even 9-foot boulders, forced by air pressure to fly up into the sky and down. It rains rocks. And it creates a lake up there. And since I understand that Crater Lake was basically the same thing. I didn't know it. That's what happened to make Crater Lake. So I've been told by people who study this kind of stuff, pros. And it's a doozy. And down here by just past us going towards Seattle, roughly, I don't know, 65 miles or in that area is North Bend, Washington. And they have two mountains there called Big Si and Little Si. It was one mountain at one time. It blew its top and landed flat right next to itself at the base, right on top of a small Indian nation. Just flattened them. They're still there. They're buried there. And it goes. And again, it seems to be sometime during the better months of the full year, spring or summer. And I've talked to loggers that have logged a Big Si for a long time. And they said that thing is just full of caverns. And at one time, 40 or better years ago, they could go into the caverns and walk into them for quite a while. But now, nobody seems to be able to get into it very far at all, 30, 80 feet. And the sulfur is almost overpowering. And that is going to be an active volcano. So it's all sort of kind of interesting.
Oh, that's a fair understatement.
No. Well, yeah. And learn to trust the Lord. It'll be my luck hear me, it will be my luck. I'm so dang done lucky, it's unbelievable. It will be my luck that when the ascension actually comes, and you're watching all these people going up, and it will be that way, not now and not in the middle, but towards the end, it'd be my luck. I running outside to get shot up too, and I step in somebody's sticky bubble gum and get locked down on the pavement and not be able to go. Dang gum.
Literally.
Yeah. No, yeah, man. You see an old guy really trying to lift his foot. No time to untie his shoes. And the blonde lady next to him in the same kind of a mess. And she wait yelling, right? And she's wearing slip-ons and she's trying to untie her slip-on. Oh, well, that's blonde, I guess.
I understand that the West Coast experiences two spring times. One that happens after a summer dry period. And
what are you referring to as the West Coast, whatever thing you said. When the Earth flips, it will be 3 jerks. It will, and this is the way it was when Noah's time was. 3 jerks of the Earth. And it literally took 10 months to flip completely and settle down again, taking approximately 3 to 4 weeks to settle down. And this is, I don't care what the scientists say. This is what I've seen. This is what some of the other Inahayukas see. It only took 10 months to do that flip, way back when. And it'll do the same thing this time. You'll come out after the first jar and, shake your head wondering how you survive that mess. And you'll start cleaning it up, feeling, other than aftershocks, you're pretty well off. Dude. Another one's coming just as big. And those who survive that will come out with great fear. And again, start clearing up their mess and get caught in number 3 until there's hardly any human being left on our planet.
Now, you're referring to the flipping of the Earth. Are you talking of physical flipping?
I sure am, bro. I sure am.
Okay. Let me interject, Kate. Let me interject, Kirk. Are you talking about the Earth slowing its rotation and spinning the other way around? Are you talking about the globe spinning on its in the space in its axis?
Well, it will spin. Oh gosh, I tell you, if you want to read an accurate description of what I was showing, people, if you can get a hold of Summer Rain's book on No Eyes, an Indian medicine lady, and Mary Summer Rain, and she was trained by No Eyes, an old blind lady, medicine lady, who had visions too. And read that book and you'll find out the book, by the way, this particular one is called Phoenix Rising. And that's exactly what I was seeing. And I won't have to take a lot of time to get through it and explain it. But it spins on it spins North Pole to South Pole type thing. If that's the axis, I guess. I don't know. But Sweden will be the South Pole. Yeah. Anyway, when it's all over.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much, and I'll pass it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Case Alba. Thank you, Red Elk. The next question we have is from Lua.
Oh, thank you. Red Elk, I've heard teachings about the need to become children of the earth, and that the only people who will survive the coming earth changes will be children of the earth. Now, there might be 2 ways to interpret the words children of the earth. One way might be to think that only those people who are actually underground in the earth will survive. And another way is to believe that the only people who will survive will be those who live with the earth in a sustainable way, wherein all their life needs are obtained from the earth, not from the world of man. Do you have an interpretation about what it means that only the children of the earth will survive?
Well, first off, you must understand what the earth is, and our duty to it, and we've ignored it. We rape it to save it. We spend millions of dollars on a factory to make a wind generator and dig minerals, tearing up the earth to make a nut and a bolt for that wind generator. And then somebody gets rich selling the windmill and telling you it's green. And I tell you, it's all green. All green money is what it is. And they raped the earth to save the earth. Why? Give it up. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, sis, both. If you go into a tunnel, go into a deep cave, you got to remember earthquakes are earthquakes. One is going to crash down on top of your head or close the entrance off. That cave, it better have some good water in it. Because one way or the other, you're going to be abiding, in that cave for quite a while. You're going to need water. And so a lot of people who run into these holes in the ground, these known caves, are going to be in the wrong one. And they'll bite the bullet. And there's a lot of people that will be on top of the earth, and they will butt in. You know, a little notebook sheet of paper at the right angle can cut your skull in half. And really, to be one with the earth is to be one with the Creator. Spiritually right, spiritually loving God, spiritually trusting God. And then, those are the ones that are really meant to last for quite a while and repopulate the earth. And by the way, after all of this happens, it's going to take 30 or 40 years to get out of your daze. D-A-Z-E, days, so that you can rebuild. And boy, you can drop, I hate Mexicans, I hate blacks, I hate whites, I hate Indians, on and on and on. And because there's going to be so few of us worldwide that any human being, regardless of sex, or religious affiliation, color, language, it doesn't matter. It's somebody to talk to. You haven't seen somebody in maybe months. It's a restarting of the earth. It's not the end of man. It's the end of civilization as we know it.
So do you see that some people that are actually on the surface will survive as well?
Sure.
As... Yeah.
Okay. Sure. The Creator, I didn't mention it in the Great Vision. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. There's a number of things I never mentioned. And showing me in a time of war in the United States, when we have been attacked and overrun, showing our soldiers out in the battlefield, getting blown all to pieces and vice versa. And people who are so in touch with the great Creator, they walk out around nuclear literal shells shot out of cannons. They walk out into that mess with a great explosion of the shell going off. All the explosions outcome of shrapnel and stones and whatnot. And these pieces literally go right through them as if they were plasma, fog. It doesn't even knock them over. And they go out and they pray and help the soldiers on both sides. And there will be those people that will walk in absolute no fear, total love for mankind.
Okay. One of the changes I've been told that will occur at the time of Earth changes is that humans will be the largest mammals on the planet and that all larger animals will become extinct. Do you know anything about these teachings and whether or not you see the same?
No, I can't speak of the elephants, etc. I didn't see that part.
Okay.
But there are two caves, known caves. One I discovered. I didn't know it. The Indian Nation medicine people that are pretty high up there. One right up here, not too far away, within easy driving distance from my house. Tiny little thing. Couldn't call it a cave.